I want to clarify something. I don't just watch films, I run them through a process. And that process starts the same way every time. The first watch is just for the experience itself. No note taking, no analysis, no pausing, and headphones on. I let the film do what it's designed to do. Pull me in, guide my attention, shape what I feel. Because before I question a film, I want to understand how it works on me. Then there's the second watch. That's where the shift happens. Now I'm writing scene by scene. What's happening, what's being shown, what's possibly being implied, and more importantly, what questions start to emerge. I use the Snyder beat sheet here, not because it's the only framework, but because it gives me structure. It helps me map the film's spine, its turning points, its pacing, its intent. This is where the movie starts to break open. Then comes the third watch, and this is about correction, because first interpretations are often incomplete. Sometimes I missed something. Sometimes I misunderstood something. Sometimes I filled in gaps that weren't actually there. So now I'm watching with my notes in front of me, checking them against the film itself. Does this hold up? Did I project something onto it? What actually happens versus what I thought happened? This is where I start separating assumption from observation. And then comes my fourth watch, is where everything starts to settle. No frantic note-taking, just awareness. Everything I've gathered, the structure, the questions, the corrections, I hold it all in mind and I watch the film again. And then I sit with it, because not everything reveals itself immediately. Some ideas need time to surface. And then I start isolating the film. I remove sound and I watch it again, because without dialogue, without music, without sound design, what are the images actually saying? Composition, blocking, movement, framing. What is being communicated? Purely by the visuals. Then I reverse it. No picture, only sound, dialogue, music, ambience, silence. And I think to myself, what is the film telling me when I can't see it? What is being implied through tone, through pacing, through what's said and what's not said? Because films are constructed from multiple layers. And when you separate those layers, you start to see how meaning can be built. And then there's the fifth watch. This is where the analysis becomes construction. The film is playing, but now it's just background noise, because at this point, I'm writing. This is where the episode takes shape. The main analysis, the companions, the through lines, my descriptions, the tags, and alongside that, this is where the deeper research comes in. I'm looking into things like psychology, philosophy, critical thinking, skepticism, logic, watching long and short form debates. And this is not to force meaning onto the film, but to test the ideas the film presents, to cross-reference what I'm seeing with what we know about reality or what we don't know about reality on reality's terms, because that's what this channel is. I don't review films. I reconstruct them. I take feature-length stories and compress them into analytical narratives to isolate the ideas, the tensions, the contradictions, and what may actually matter. And everything I present is provisional, because analysis in this setting isn't about arriving at a final answer. It's about refining understanding over time and being willing to update it when new evidence or better reasoning comes along. That is part of my process. That's what Cinematic Skeptic is.